This is not a test. There is no correct answer. I'll give you 12 hours to kill whoever you want and however you want. But be careful that you might become someone's victim as well. Do you choose to be a prey or a predator? Hey guys, this is Afraid, and you are watching The Purge, Anarchy. Let's get into it. It's March 21st, 2023. Crime in the United States has dropped to historic lows, as have unemployment and the poverty rate. How? 5 years earlier, the new founding fathers ushered in the Night of the Vent, where every illegal act, including murder, goes unpunished starting at 7 p.m. for the next 12 hours. Usually, during the Purge, the wealthiest and most armed survive. The poor, unable to afford sophisticated defense systems or other weapons, are killed or bought for personal purging by the rich. This is why the poverty rate has dropped. Eva Sanchez, a waitress, is concerned about the annual purge. On her way home after work, she encounters several individuals attempting to sell guns to passerby to ensure their safety at night. There are just over 2 hours until the purge begins. Shane and Liz are a couple whose relationship hasn't been going great lately. Now they're just thinking about getting home safely as soon as possible. All the people are acting very strange. On her way home, Eva rejects the harassing advances of Diego, the neighbor. She is reunited with her daughter Callie and her father Rico, who is seriously ill and nearing the end of his days. Callie is watching a video of Carmelo, the leader of the fight against the new founding fathers and the Purge. Carmelo denounces how the Night of the Violence is actually the means by which the ruling class and the wealthy systematically keep the demographic level and redistribution of wealth in check, leaving the poor at the mercy of violence, as they cannot afford the expensive protection systems for homes and families. After taking his medication, Rico said he would go to sleep, and he told the girls not to bother him. In the meantime, Shane and Liz, having done their shopping, are about to get into the car, but Shane is suddenly pushed by a gang member with a face paint. The gang acts threatening. They are armed with guns, knives, and machetes. Shane and Liz immediately got into the car and drove away. Towards the outskirts of the city, the couple is on their way to Shane's sister to spend the night, but they get stuck on the road because of the tampering of the car by that group of masked and made-up men, ready for the purge. Do you remember Rico, Eva's sick father? He's getting into a limo because he was bought by a rich family for $100,000. The money will be transferred to Eva's account, but during the purge, those rich people will be able to do with him what they wanted. It's a half hour before the purge begins, and Shane, along with Liz, starts to get agitated. As they try to stop a few cars in the middle of the road, they are being joined by the group that sabotaged their car earlier. The group looks at them in a threatening way, but they don't attack since the purge hasn't started yet. 7 o'clock p.m. arrives, and the annual purge has begun. Shane and Liz are still outside looking for shelter. In the meantime, the ones who want to kill are already outside. Machine guns, miniguns, pistols, rifles. The carnage has begun, and the first victims are a couple who are killed by a man in a truck. It's a real massacre. Cars catching fire, screams, and people killing mercilessly. When the sirens announce the beginning of the raid, Eva and Callie discover that Rico has secretly left the house. In a letter, he explains that he has decided to sacrifice himself by offering himself as a martyr to a rich family in exchange for $100,000. Still reeling from the pain, the two women are surprised by their neighbor Diego, who approaches them with the declared intention of abusing them both, but is riddled with bullets by two men in war gear, wearing gas mask and bulletproof vest. Initially, the girls hide in the closet, but are easily found by the two. The two men drag Eva and Callie into the street, only to have them killed by Big Daddy, a man in a truck armed with a rotary-barreled machine gun. Meanwhile, Leo Barnes, a war veteran in an armored sedan, was observing the proceedings. He was telling himself to go away, but he couldn't be indifferent and got out of the car with a rifle and a pistol to save the girls. The mysterious man smoothly eliminates the raiding party. He is on his way to the home of the man who a year earlier, driving while drunk, ran over and killed his son. While Leo is helping Eva and Callie, Shane and Liz, pursued by the gang of masked men, find a temporary refuge in Barnes's car. In such a critical situation, Leo is forced to accept the situation and escape, taking with him Eva, Callie, Shane, and Liz. While in the car, there is chaos. Big Daddy, being only wounded, opens fire on the group. The car is hit, and after a few blocks becomes unusable. Eva then proposes to Leo to escort her and the rest of the group to the home of a colleague. Tanya, in exchange, will give him her car to allow him to reach Warren Grass, his son's murderer. Several surprises await them on the danger ride. They first meet an overweight activist gone wild, who shoots into the air while making her nonsense speeches. While hiding from the psychopath on the bridge, the group that had chased Shane and Liz earlier arrives on the road. The gang had captured a man to take him to an unknown location. Leo explains the plan clearly, but the goofy Shane falls into a trap. Immediately afterwards, some people come out of some windows and start shooting at them. Leo, with his precise aim, manages to stop them. During the walk, the group encounters other men in riot gear, equipped with trucks equipped with the computers that indicate the buildings to be cleansed. Like Callie and Eva's house, the other monitors also display images from security cameras scattered around the city. Damn it, there's another truck coming. The group runs off and hides behind a wall. As further down the street, there was a group of Latinos messing around. Suddenly, a rat startled Liz, who screamed. One of the Latinos heard her and stood up to check who was behind the wall. Leo had prepared to catch him by surprise and choked him to death. After that, the group heads to a subway tunnel. While Callie is busting Leo's balls, some aggressors sneak into the tunnel. A crazy guy with long hair and a very powerful flame launcher, together with his buddies, kills some vagrants and chases the main characters of the story. During the assault, the attackers manage to injure Shane. Despite this, Liz shows some shooting skills, managing to defeat the gang of aggressors. It's just over 4 hours until the end of the annual Purge, and the group manages to reach Tanya's house. The host of the house seems very welcoming and friendly, but after a brief moment of tranquility, Tanya, along with the rest of her family, is killed by her sister for having an affair with her brother-in-law. In addition, Leo discovers that he has been deceived. There was no car. Eva had lied to him just to get him to help her. Of course, Leo is in a rage because he has to get to the house of the guy who killed his son. But without a car, he won't make it in time. Initially, Leo wanted to escape on his own, but he noticed that Big Daddy had arrived outside with his troops. Again, he couldn't leave that group behind without help. The group escapes from the apartment and manages to get away from Big Daddy, but is quickly caught by the gang of masked men. It turns out that this gang combs the city looking for people to sell to a rich clique. The group is then taken to a private club. After that, they are auctioned off as prey, and the bidders hunt them down. A kind of paintball in which the prisoners were unarmed, and the participants, instead of using paints, used lethal weapons. The hunt had begun. While the prisoners were terrorized, those who did not participate could watch everything behind bulletproof glass. Leo is a war machine. The predators, on the other hand, were just people with a lot of money in their pockets, so they are easily put down. After killing the predators, security came in, and now the group was in great danger. In fact, suddenly a guy came out of the door behind them and killed Shane. Then, a group of armed men burst into the arena, eliminating the remaining servants. They are Carmelo's men, fighting the rich to end this society based on the exploitation of poverty. Liz decides to join them to avenge her boyfriend. Eva, Callie, and Leo steal the organizer's car and head to Warren's house. Of course, first Leo scares the hell out of her before letting her go. Upon arriving at the place, the two women try to convince Leo to desist from his revenge plan. But to no avail, Leo was too grieved by the loss of his son and wanted Warren to pay for what he did. There were 5 minutes left until the end of the outburst. Leo sneaks into the home of Warren, who was sleeping. He put him on the floor with his wife and began to spit out the intense emotions he had been holding inside all this time. He was about to put the knife in Warren's head, but we hear a scream, and then Leo walks out of the house. He had the face of someone who finally got a weight off his shoulders. Shortly thereafter, when there were less than 3 minutes left in the annual Purge, Big Daddy has managed to identify Leo's location so he can follow him and shoot him. Leo is wounded and collapses to the ground and is about to be finished off by Big Daddy. This piece of man explains to him that the new founding fathers were in charge of the death squads they encountered at night, because ordinary citizens do not provide enough deaths to allow the preserve mechanism established 9 years earlier to function. Surprisingly, Warren, evidently forgiven by Leo and left alive by the latter, intervenes by killing Big Daddy, and shortly afterwards, the end of the Purge is announced, thus preventing Big Daddy's troops from killing Warren, Callie, and Eva. The three load Leo into the car and take him to the hospital. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then find out how an AI managed to seduce a genius programmer to achieve her goals.